My name is Susan Linsky. I'm a project manager for CityMarket at O, and I'm sure you all have a lot of questions about CityMarket at O. But one of the first questions I'm sure you may have is that we made a commitment in our HUD that was approved to give the Tenants Association at Gibson Plaza $2,500 for your learning center. We have the money, we're ready to give it to you. As you know, we started construction on CityMarket at O in November 19th, and we are bottoming out this week. As you'll see, the hole is we're starting to go back up next week. There are forms of concrete, HR fill, and we could not have done it without the support of Tommy Wells and Phil Mendelson and the DC Council, Jack Evans. It was a long haul, and we got our financing together. Thank you to HUD for a very generous loan, and the city for a TIF and a planning grant that was small, but it was really necessary in 2008 when there was no money from anywhere to keep the project going. The Giant, I guess that's your next question, will be reopening fall 2013. So you have one more Thanksgiving without Giant, and then we will be open. It will be followed very shortly thereafter by the hotel in the spring of 2014, and the first market rate units of housing will go on up for rent and be occupied in spring 2014. I'll be glad to answer any other questions about it. The other question is about senior housing. We are building 90 units of affordable senior housing. We're working right now with Dante's Partners as our developer, and we're going to be applying to HUD, and it looks like it's going to be for seniors over 62. That's about what I know, but the good news is that we are going forward. We're putting in a application for to DC Housing and Community Development the end of this month for some housing production trust funds. We appreciate any support the council can give us to Mr. Hill. Thank you, Tommy. Phil, I'll be glad to send you a letter.
Okay.
Affordable housing is really needed in this area. We've done a market study. There's a big need, and not just Ward 2, but your neighboring wards 5, 6, 7, and this is going to be beautiful housing. It's going to be in an architecturally distinct building on the corner of 7th and O above our Giant. Just a few words about the Giant. It's going to be the flagship for Ahold, in the country, for Ahold, who is the owner of the Giant, and it's going to be 57,000 square feet of shopping area with about 18,000 square feet below grade of prep and meeting and break rooms. That's about, and we are now working with living classrooms. Clark Construction, I don't think Harry is here today. If you ever have any questions about, yeah?
I have one. Could you explain a little about your employment opportunities? We have a lot of managers from the quarter here, and one of the things that we've talked about is possibly asking a lot of the lawyers who are unemployed to seek work with Clark or your organization, because that could surely get more.
We more than realize that there are a lot of people here looking for jobs on the site. Clark has had over 700 people knock on their door and leave their name for a job. There's no way we'll have 700 construction jobs on that site. And construction jobs are not permanent jobs. We're looking to work with, I haven't signed the contract yet, but with Living Classrooms to start a job readiness program.